Hi, I am Julia Thomas. I am the art teacher at Chipperfield Elementary. It's in the Stroudsburg Area School District in the Pocono Mountains. My study is on fine motor skills and the arts, and I focus on kindergarten students. Exploring fine motor skills developed through art, a case study. Can specific art projects improve fine motor skills of kindergarten students, including those from emotional support and autistic support programs? The introduction and background. The research focused on fine motor skills developed in kindergarten students, conducted in a Title I school art classroom with diverse students' needs. I observed a decline in fine motor skills with the kindergarteners that were coming into school. They struggled with directed drawing, they struggled with holding tools. So I decided to do some research, and as I was doing the research, I thought, why not use it for my case study? So, again, my question is, can specific art projects improve fine motor skills of kindergarten students, including those from emotional support and autistic support programs? Key information articles. These were the 3 of 8 that I thought would be very useful for this presentation. In this study conducted in 2024, they suggest that early coloring activities can support development progress in areas such as cognitive abilities, fine motor skills, and visual motor integration. These activities help children improve hand-eye coordination, dexterity, and attention span, all valuable tools developed before entering kindergarten. It is my personal opinion that they could possibly be too plugged in and not experiencing the crafts at home that are giving them a lack of fine motor skills when entering kindergarten. Strong fine motor skills are essential for early academic tasks like writing, drawing, and cutting, which lay the groundwork for success in school. This study in 2020 found that kindergarten students spend 37.1% of their school day engaging in tasks that require fine motor skills. By helping students develop skills early in a supportive environment like art class, we are equipping them with tools that they can use not only in the art room, but across all classroom activities that rely on motor coordination, such as writing. Understanding how art affects motor skills development aids to our knowledge about art's therapeutic benefits, especially for students with developmental challenges. In the study conducted in 2023 suggests that art activities like coloring, folding paper, cutting, scribbling, pasting, working with puzzles, and shredding paper can improve agility, speed, strength, flexibility, and hand-eye coordination. Additionally, the choice of materials can also enhance the development of fine motor skills. Integrating these materials and techniques will provide students with ample opportunity to practice and refine their fine motor abilities in engaging hand-on ways. Philosophical framework. I used epistemological approach. Oh, I butchered that. Social constructive framework, and the two of them combined in an observational practice. And I will show you how I use that. The methodology was in case study, focused on one kindergarten student from emotional support program identified in the autism spectrum. 4-week study period and a weekly art sessions incorporated of an ethnographic elements to understand the classroom culture. And I should have added that the art classes are 40 minutes long. The data collection. I had direct observations during these sessions, analyze of students' art projects, feedback from support staff and the classroom teacher, structured questionnaires, and a collection of artwork samples. The data collection. I had 2 questionnaires that had the same 8 Likert scale questions to the paraprofessional that worked one-on-one with this particular student and the student's emotional support teacher. The questions provided insight to the student's progress within the emotional support classroom. These questions assess the student's fine motor skills both in the art room and outside of it. The 8 Likert scale questions were included to evaluate the student's ability to work independently on art projects, willingness to participate, fine motor skills relative to peers, and progress over the 4-week period. Feedback was gathered by both the emotional support teacher and the student's paraprofessional. The pilot study overview. It was conducted in over 4 weeks, focused on one kindergarten student with autism and emotional support needs, observed progress in fine motor skills and classroom engagement, collected data through observation, art samples, and staff feedback. The key findings: gradual improvement in fine motor skills were observed, increased comfort and participation in art activities. This particular picture was the first art project that was done. The student was hand over hand guided to create the heart. The student colored in the heart the best of their ability and used paint daubers to create the colorful outside of the heart. The student definitely did great with the daubers being able to hold and do the motion to create the dots on the paper. The key findings: progress in tool handling, crayons, paint daubers, cotton swabs, reduced the need for assistance in completing art tasks, and lowered frustration levels equals a willingness to participate. In the beginning of the school year, the student would not walk to their seat. The student sat down on the floor and refused to work. And as the projects kept going and a scaffolding guided the student along, they became more comfortable and was able to go from the first project to this is the second project. This is a Y tree, and it had a rubbing on the back, so the student was able to hold the crayon on its side and do a rubbing on the paper. And again, we scaffold with the daubers. The third project that you see at the bottom is actually a 5-step project with the student folding the paper, drawing the brown lines of the trees, and using blue paint to paint the sky and the lake, and using cotton swab to create the dots for the leaves. The reflections on the pilot study. Individualized approach provided deep insight on how the targeted art activities can support fine motor development for a kindergarten student with autism and emotional support needs. Observing and working closely with one student allowed me to document small but meaningful progress in their fine motor skills. The importance of structured activities and appropriate tool selection. Through this process, I realized that the structure and the selection of art tools, such as paint daubers that you see above here, and guided drawings, significantly influence the student's engagement and success. Reflections on the pilot study. A value of consistent practice in art class for skill development, scaffolding art techniques to set the student up for success and lower frustration levels. Need for adaptable strategies to support diverse learning needs. Art tools made a difference in the student's success. Developing routines, listen, watch, and you do was a good way to get the student to participate. My closing thoughts and future directions. The pilot study demonstrates potential of art in supporting fine motor skill development. The highlights needed for individualized approach and inclusive classroom suggest that the value of integrating art therapy techniques in generating art education. Future research could explore long-term impacts and broader application. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my study.